Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the all-new 2025 Dodge Charger 1990. If you're a fan of American muscle heritage, then you'll definitely want to take a closer look at the 1990 Dodge Charger. Even though this car is over 3 decades old, in today's world of 2025, it still carries an aura of nostalgia, raw power, and retro appeal that attracts car lovers and collectors alike. The Dodge Charger name itself is iconic, and when you mention the 1990 model, it takes you back to an era where performance was straightforward, styling was bold, and cars had a unique personality. This review takes you through what makes this Charger special when we look at it from today's perspective. When you first look at the exterior of the 1990 Charger, it's clear that Dodge had a very specific design philosophy during that time. The sharp lines, boxy proportions, and aggressive front facet truly reflected the muscle car DNA. It had a strong, commanding stance on the road with wide shoulders and an overall robust profile. Unlike modern Chargers that are more aerodynamic and sleeker, the 1990 model embraced a more squared-off, muscular appeal. The rectangular headlights, bold grille, and clean edges gave it that unmistakable late 80s to early 90s character. Even today, enthusiasts appreciate its old-school look that separates it from the more refined styling we see now. Moving inside, the 1990 Dodge Charger had a cabin that was simple and driver-focused. You won't find the digital displays, luxury trims, or advanced tech we see in modern sedans, but what you will find is an honest, functional design. The dashboard was straightforward, featuring analog gauges that were easy to read, and the materials used were durable, built more for practicality than luxury. Seating was comfortable enough for its time, with enough space for passengers, though the focus was clearly on the driver's experience. Compared to today's standards, the interior might feel dated, but for car enthusiasts, that retro vibe is part of the charm. It's a reminder of a time when cars were more mechanical, less digital, and very raw in their feel. Performance has always been at the heart of the Charger identity, and the 1990 model was no different. Depending on the trim, it came with a range of engines, including 4-cylinder and V6 options, and in some cases, performance-focused version 8S. While it wasn't the most powerful Charger in the brand's history, it still delivered respectable performance for its era. The handling leaned more toward comfort than sharpness, but the straight-line acceleration and muscular sound gave drivers exactly what they expected from a Dodge muscle car of that time. When it comes to prices in today's market, the 1990 Dodge Charger sits in a very interesting position. Because it's a car that blends both nostalgia and muscle heritage, collectors are increasingly showing interest. Depending on the condition, mileage, and originality, you could find one ranging anywhere between $12,000 for a well-used example up to $30,000 or more for a fully restored and well-maintained version. Limited trims or rare versions often command a premium, and with the muscle car market growing strong in 2025, values are slowly creeping up. For enthusiasts who want a piece of Dodge history without spending six figures on classic Chargers from the 60s and 70s, the 1990 model is still a solid entry point. If you're into classic American muscle, want something different on the streets, and appreciate retro charm, the 1990 Charger is definitely a car worth considering. Even in 2025, it continues to turn heads and spark conversations, proving that its legacy is still alive. Thanks for watching.